This is an interview with the Miscellany News. My name is Taylor Stewart. I'm the assistant arts editor, and today we have an illustrator in residence, Whang. So I would like to ask you a few questions today about your artistic practices and some of your inspirations.
Yeah.
So the first one would be, you were born in Seoul and you lived there until 2010 when you started studying at Parsons in New York City. Does the landscape of Seoul affect your art or your artistic practice in any way, or does New York dominate your art in terms of inspiration?
Yeah, I would say New York dominates my art in terms of style and subject matter. I try to, draw freely and try to make my own style.
So you mentioned the subject matter.
Subject
of New
matter,
York.
yeah.
What inspires you so much
Yeah,
about New York?
In terms of subject matter, I draw old people of New York mostly. When I was in Korea, I just imagined there would be, just young and trendy people only in New York, because when I see movies or some magazines, there was just only fancy New York. But I actually came to New York here. I noticed there were so many old people. Who are opposite of trendy. Yeah. So I think they seem like just outsiders, like I am. Because I just arrived in New York and I was dominated and overwhelmed because New York is a very big city and people are really fast and fancy, handsome, beautiful. I kind of identified with them, with old people. I miss my parents since I lived, far away from Seoul, Korea, hometown, from them. So I was thinking about aging. So that's how I got more interested in elderlies and older people. In my process, I just need both ways, because I take a picture first, and then I sketch with my pencil. For me, actually, I use Adobe Illustrator. To make color.
You're interested in costume and clothes, and you put a lot of work into rendering the clothes of your subjects.
Yeah.
And when did you become interested in clothing?
Since I was little, and I have been, interested in clothing and sneakers. Yeah, there were two biggest influences. One is, have you heard about Mr. Rogers' neighbor?
Oh yeah.
The guy in the sweater.
Yeah.
This guy and the other one is Michael Jordan. So when I was watching television, Mr. Rogers' show, my most interesting thing was what color cardigan he's going to be wearing. Change cardigan always, right? And he always, I love watching. He always
very nice.
And he's changing his leather shoes to I don't know, sneakers that maybe cats or the sneakers, navy sneakers. Yeah, I love watching him. But yeah, especially old people because I think they are more unique because they don't follow trends. Yeah. But sometimes they wear very classic, elegant, and formal. I think that's more fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me.
They don't have any limitations.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes sometimes they don't wear shoes when they were on the street. So yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
What is your favorite garment or article of clothing to draw?
Of course, shoes. Yeah, shoes and hats too. I think hat is very special because I don't know, like shoes. It's like when I see people, it's on the end, and it's beyond the sneakers. I mean, anyways, when I see people, so try to see, head part. So that's why I think I can, it's a.
It's like you focus on.
Yeah, focus on this. Yeah.
I see. How interested are you in the relationship of these old people to their backgrounds? Their settings.
Setting.
Yeah, because you mentioned how they move slowly through the world.
So I sometimes feel the same way when I see some backgrounds. I consider the backgrounds as old people because we, especially big hectic city in New York, when we see outside, when we see people walking on the street, they just they don't care what happened, what's going on. They just focus where they go. So the backgrounds, for me, backgrounds is like outsider because they don't care or they don't know around them. Yeah, so that's why I sometimes put gums on my paintings. Who cares gums on the street? Yeah. Like old people.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is my last question. Does your interest in vintage clothing and items have any connection to your interest in old people? Perhaps do you have an affinity for aged things?
Yeah. I think there are some similarities vintage clothing and old people. Vintage clothing has existed through many years, so I think there should be some stories in them. Yeah. And I feel it's almost like they are, part of the person who wore them because they aged together. So I kind of sense those spirits when I see vintage clothing. And sometimes when I see old people, I feel the same way because they experienced some things I haven't, such as old movies or old musics. So I love watching old movies like Breakfast at Tiffany or some old jazz, Frank Sinatra, or Tony Bennett. Yeah. When I listen to that kind of music world, when I watch movies, I felt I feel some emotions. But it's the same when I see the old people. So I think I kind of feel I want to, feel, or I want to, experience, those era or those cultures that I haven't experienced through watching old people. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for immortalizing these cool people in your paintings and drawings. They're really awesome. Thank you.